Whiplash.
Hey, what's up YouTube? This is G from X and G, and today we're gonna be doing a breakdown of our song Whiplash. For those of you who don't know, this came out on our debut album Anomalies back in 2016, and this track features our good friend Josh Pan. And so I have here the project file. We're gonna go through a couple of different things in this song. So we have 117 tracks here, and it's all pretty much audio. There's other projects that have like all the sound design stuff we did in it and all that jazz, but we're just going to be going through the final project here. So we'll go through, and here in the beginning we just have these drums going on, and I think these were drums from Contact, and we just went and froze them out, and they come from this loop here. So here's the loop. If we jump over here, and then we went in and just kind of picked different sounds, and as you can see, some of them are pitched either up or down. Like these ones I think are pitched up, yeah, pitched up like an octave. And so if we solo this, you can hear the drums here. So there's the drums, and then right here we have these horns in the beginning and also throughout the verse. And so these were all from Contact as well. I think it was from a Symphony Brass series, which is on Native Instruments website. And so yeah, we have these chords going on, and they're kind of like filtering open. I think that was all frozen out as well. Our workflow is way different compared to like when we were working on this project as to now. So we got that, and then we got this little lead on top, and then these other little like riser kind of horns. And so we have that going on, and then the other element is Josh's vocals, and so all together it's
Don't you know you're blocking my way? Do you know you keep me from going places? I don't need another mistake. I'm not saying the sex wasn't great, but you lie. That's all you do.
So yeah, so we have this, and I think it says here subway, and I think I remember Josh saying that he went and recorded these on the subway out in New York.
Don't you know you're blocking my way?
And so here's the original.
Do you know you keep me from going places? I don't need another mistake. I'm not saying the sex wasn't great, but you lie. That's all you do, baby.
So yeah, there's that, and then we went ahead and pitched it down some, just I think to fit the key of this instrumental, because we were working on the instrumental first, and then Josh just sent these vocals over, and we were like, oh, like let's just throw them in there and see what happens, and pitched them down a couple semitones, and ended up working really great with what we were doing. And so I think I went and froze these out. There was some additional processing, but the main processing that we did is right here. As you can see, there's not a whole lot going on in terms of like vocal processing, and this was also like when we were pretty new to working with vocals. So there's this main stem right here.
Don't you know you're blocking my way? Do you know you keep me from going
There's this
places?
EQ.
I don't need another mistake.
A little bit of reverb and this de-esser. So if we take it all off, it just sounds like this.
Don't you know you're blocking my way? Do you know you keep me from going places? I don't need another mistake.
And then add all that.
Don't you know you're blocking my way? Do you know you keep me from going places?
And so we sort of just like rolled off a lot of the low end just to make them feel more airy, especially with like this reverb in here too. And then over here, I think it kind of like, yeah, like this dry wet automates
It
over.
wasn't great, but you lie. That's all you do, baby. Oh, I wish you would try.
And then over here, there's this layer vocal where I think these ones were processed, but they had, I think it was the Antares chorus or choir plugin on it to make it sound like this.
I could lift you up.
Me down.
Have some pitched ones. And so additionally we have put on this stereo width just to make them feel a bit more wider and to act as more of like a layering, or I guess just to like layer them on top of like this main one up here, which is just more dry.
Could lift you up
And
if I
together.
wanted to. I could lift you up.
And the same over here.
I would lift you up if I had some patience. We're burning to the ground.
And then right here, right before it drops in, we had this little tiny cut, and it's like super wide ping pong, but really short, I guess, time. And so it just like all together, it kind of makes for like a little build in a way. And then it like cuts out right before that, the vocal that we had in there, which is
Doesn't need to be.
and it goes into that drop. But before I get into that, go down to here. There's some other additional like drums and percussion going on. Down here at the bottom, where so Josh sent over a bunch of stems too, and he just contributed a bunch of like percussion sounds throughout this. And there's like all of these different things. So he works in FL Studios, and that's why they're all audio. And so he just sent these stems over, and we just dropped them in. I mean, there's a little bit of processing on a couple of them, but nothing too crazy. I think they're all pretty much the same. So yeah, then it all like builds up, and then we have this like stomp. Where's that stomp? Oh yeah, right here. So this is from, I think from him too. Yeah, and so all these are just like samples and little sounds he sent over. And so then it builds up and it goes into
It doesn't need to be.
this drop here. And so the main thing in here, I mean, it's just these kicks up here. So we just have like a couple of like trap kicks in here, and then this hard style kick, which is like that big bassy hit. I think we just like pitched it down some. Yeah, so the original sounds like this. Yeah, and then there's like an 808 going on, just like very spaced out. And then here, I mean, this was again very early in our career, so not a whole lot going on with this 808. It just was a really good sample. And yeah, I mean, now seeing this, it's just like, wow, I do things so much different when it comes to like sub and 808s and all that stuff. And so yeah, so there's that. It's just like these main kicks going on, and the majority of this drop is a lot of like Foley sounds that are all just kind of pieced together in really intricate ways. And so I think it's just this whole group here. And some other atmosphere. Yeah. Just super quick, tiny little cuts for this glitchy sound. A lot of it's just a lot of very random Foley samples that we just got from packs and just like manipulated them. Like here's this little, and then here's the original of this. And so some things are just edited really crazy and others are just, like this one's just pitched and stretched a little bit. A little bit of EQ just to get rid of that low end. Just to make things seem more tinny and just like weirdly mixed. Instead of just being so like boomy, like how a lot of like dance music is mixed. So yeah, and then there's like just all these other different percussive sounds going on. And so then throughout the whole thing, what's this here? Where's the guitar? I'm looking. Oh, guitar. So throughout this whole thing, there was just this weird guitar that we went and recorded, and just trying to make weird sounds on the guitar. And so we have this recording that was just, as you can see here, was stretched super long. And if we play this, it's like on beats mode, so it's all like stuttery and glitchy and stuff. And then throughout time, it's just pitching up, just to make it just feel more eerie and weird. And then it's just like panning left and right over time as well. And so there's all that going on. And then there's just like this little break part right before it goes into the next build up. And so this is from just like a little sample that's looped. And I think this is from like a samba song. And I think it just got looped like that. And then there's this other one too. Just like these like looped chords with this guitar. And so if we look for that, that was just this samba song. So yeah, there's that, and then just some additional drums that were rendered out from like Nexus and I think Contact as well. So we have this like snare and this weird little like acid sound maybe. It's like that's all happening, and then it just builds up more, and then we have this like bass coming in, which goes into that second drop, and so it's all building up. So this is like the main drop that comes in, and so we just have like this kick going on, and here's the main sound that's going on. It's like if we solo it here, this just sounds like some like race car like revving up, or a car like revving up, but it's just a little cut from some like dubstep thing, and I think it's just pitched. Yeah, they're all like pitched differently, and just like little tiny cuts pulled from this loop. And so yeah, we have that going on. And then there's just all these drums happening. If we solo that. So yeah, so there's all of that happening, and then it goes into like this second part of the drop, a little build up. And then that main bass, again, it was from Nexus. I don't remember like how we went and made it specifically. I think it was like a patch, and we went and like froze it out, and then it looks like most of the processing that we ended up doing it to it is still on here. So here's that just solo. So yeah, we just got some distortion, I think. Here, if we go ahead and turn this all off. I think I can. Well. Oh, did it freeze? There we go. Alright, so then we go ahead and we turn this all off, and so yeah, it's basically just like a distorted 808, and I think I added a little bit of amp to it, or like overdrive or some type of distortion before I went and froze it out to audio, and then just did all this additional processing to it. So yeah, there's all that happening here. Oh yeah, and then over here, I mean, some people were asking about the oscillating bass, and it's just this, just some stabs, or short notes, and so together. And so yeah, so there's all of that, and then just this outro bit. A lot of it was just like taking audio and just fucking up in weird ways, and so there's just this Josh Pan vocal. I think it's just reversed. Yes, I think this is from his stem, and just like looped something, made it sound really just like eerie, creepy, weird. So there's that going on, and there's like this looped guitar bit. Where's the guitar at? No, that's something else. Yeah, so I think it was this. So that's happening as well, along with these horn stabs. And then and it's just like a recording pitched up super high. But if we go and pitch it down, so yeah, 8. So there's that, and oh yeah, and then those drums come back in from the beginning, right here. Same drums. And yeah, that's pretty much it with the song. I mean, there's just a lot of just like little tiny bits just kind of pieced together in just weird ways, and just kind of messing around for a while until we get something that just sounds really crazy and unique sounding. And yeah, so I mean, it's mainly just a lot of things just switched over to audio, and then just kind of resampling and messing around with the audio until we get just some interesting results with everything. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe. We're going to be doing some more of these videos as well. I know that there was a lot of requests for all sorts of stuff, so we'll try to cover everything that you guys were wanting to see. Once again, this is G from X&G. Thanks.
I could lift you up if I wanted to, but you would just bring me down. Just go in a circle.